All right, so let's jump into this one now. Saints are third. Saints are third in the NFC South with win totals. The over and unders. Now, this was like I said, this was an article right here that we're going to talk about from DraftKings. DraftKings did this thing, where they had lined up all the NFL teams in 2024, and they do the odd makers do their little thing. And DraftKings Sportsbooks released their lines for wins for this season, and it's like their little power rankings. So teams have yet to go through the draft, and those selections often play a pivotal part in how teams are viewed into the offseason. So this is a pre-draft type of situation. Not much bearings, but interesting to see how the odds makers who coming out of Vegas, who ultimately manipulates these games through the referees in the NFL, how they see it. And they see it as this. The New Orleans Saints are currently set at over and under at 7.5 victories. They're on the 8 teams that have a lower win projection. Once again, this falls in line with power rankings that had the Saints in the bottom 8 of the NFL. So that means the Saints will likely be viewed like this going into the next season unless they have a highly regarded draft class. They have to earn stronger expectations after underperforming in 2 years with Dennis Allen at the head coach, finishing 7-10 and then 9-7, having been good enough to reach their stated goal, which is the playoffs. New Orleans win projection ranks third in the division. The addition of Kirk Cousins has skyrocketed the Atlanta Falcons. They're tied for the second highest over-under in the NFC with 10.5. Tampa Bay finds themselves slightly above New Orleans with 8.5. The slight difference between the two is reflective of how last year played out. The only team in the division that the Saints are ahead of in terms of what Vegas is thinking about with the under and the over and under is Carolina at 4.5. So this is the thing. So once again, this parallels with the family members' thought process in the poll on how they see. Now, if you haven't got an opportunity to vote on the poll, y'all chime in. Chime in on the poll. How many wins do, I said the same. See, I be typing fast, man. Be doing all kind of, it's supposed to be the Saints. How many wins do the Saints get this regular season? 10 plus wins is option 1. 9 wins, 8 to 7 wins, and 6 or less wins. And right now, currently, the poll, by 3%, 10 plus wins. So a lot of who that said the Saints are going to win 10 plus games this season. 33 says 9 wins, 24% says 8 to 7 wins, and just 7% believe the Saints will get 6 or less wins. So that is very interesting. So 10 plus wins, a lot of who that say, man, the Saints going to get 10 wins this season. So shout out to you guys for showing the Saints some love on that regard.